My name's Trish, so it's the start of the month, so I get to play with my new predictions deck. This is my new deck, so I'm learning how to use this one. As I said, I don't normally do predictions, it's not my thing, but it's just really exciting to have a look and see how these cards work. So just reviewing last month's predictions that were made, there was one there about rising waters, either tsunami or rising waters is what I said, and that did happen. It happened in many places over the month of April. I think there was some 100,000 people had to be evacuated from somewhere in Russia because of rising waters, and there was also somewhere possibly the Middle East. If I'll find the details and I'll put them on the screen. There's one other place, it could have been Japan, is the other place that had the rising water issues. Another prediction was a disaster or some kind of chaotic event happening similar to another event that had happened in the past, but a little bit different. And what this one I believe is the Sydney Bondi attacks, happening very similarly to, I made the connection between the Idaho 4 case where 4 victims, 3 females, 1 male, but then there was 2 other females in the house, and they were attacked by a large hunting knife. So it was a knife attack, so very similar in that way, but different, being that it took place in public, it took place in a different country obviously, and it took place in a public place with lots of video footage. So there's some similarities there, and I had Ethan from the Idaho 4 coming to me just prior to that incident happening in Sydney, and he was showing me a knife, and he was and giving me all these validations that it was related to Idaho 4, like with the cars. You'll have to watch that video so I don't have to go back through and explain it, but I feel like that prediction that happened from the cards, that's what they were talking about. So it was something that happened, a past chaotic event. It had some similarities, but going to be different, but it had some similarities. And even when that case was happening and I was reading on it, I said there's so many similarities between this one and Idaho 4 that made me feel it was related to the prediction that the cards said. The other prediction was related to infrastructure, maybe something going on around trains or transport, or like a super city or a new infrastructure. I haven't looked into that one. I don't know if that took place. There's been nothing really on social media. I did make a prediction because I think I'd done 2 different prediction videos, I think, and one was about submarines or some information being leaked around submarines. Early on in April, on our TVs, on our mainstream media, there was so much information about submarines, so they were all over the media because they were talking about Japan joining the AUKUS deal, which is the Australia, America, United Kingdom deal around submarines, and then apparently Canada might be joining, and Japan. So that was all playing out in early April. So I feel like that the submarine card that came out was just indicating that there was some kind of information being leaked about what plans were or what was coming up around that AUKUS deal. So let's have a look at May. Let's do some predictions for May. Too many cards, but that one there might be one. That reminded me, one of those cards said you had to stock up on food to a food shortage on different fronts. I think that was a different video that I did around food shortages or something going on with food. So I'm just going to leave that one out because I don't know if that's happened yet, or it was just telling people that they needed to stock up food for, like, it could have been like the rising waters or all the disasters, because actually what happened in April was there was an earthquake in New York, and I think one on the other side of America too, maybe California or some other big prominent place in America. 2 big earthquakes taking place just around the solar eclipse time. So I think that's like preparations for disasters, natural disasters. I think that card was. So let's pop this back in. Okay, May looks big. May looks like tension escalating in perhaps Middle East. There's nothing here to indicate that it is Middle East, but that is where there is tension at the moment. Here it's saying, you can see on the screen with the cards, energy weapon taken by force. So invasion perhaps of one country into another, invading another country. Self-sufficient's either making me feel like a country that had been self-sufficient maybe is going to need some kind of help or assistance and not able to do it on do it and be self-sufficient anymore. They're needing some kind of help. May not be. It may be being self-sufficient and could be related to like crops, or a country that's been self-sufficient in, okay, like how do I feel about this? Almost like saying that it could be cut off, food supply could be cut off because of this tension that's taking place. So something where somebody was self-sufficient, they're not going to be able to be self-sufficient anymore, or they have to be self-sufficient because the supply's cut off because of this escalating tension. Here it's been taken by force, so I'm feeling like one country invading another, taking it by force. It could be retaliation with energy weapons. The amount of weaponry, and we know what these are, escalating. Sitting next to the banking and the currency, so this could be funding. So more calling for more funding to assist. More money's needed here. Could indicate like a issue around the banking system. Or stocks or shares, they normally rise or fall during wartime. I'm feeling with the tension escalating could affect the currency, or could affect stocks or shares, or this could just be needing to be bankrolled. The war here needing to be bankrolled, so therefore asking for donations or handouts from other countries because they can't be self-sufficient anymore. You can see on the other end they're needing help from other countries here. Coming down into the bottom, we're looking at military plane. Something around a military plane will be prominent in the month of May. I'm seeing like tornadoes, earthquakes, that's natural disasters, so there could be some kind of natural disasters also occurring at the same time. Different areas, I feel it's different places, so these are all playing out. Now what this is giving me the feeling of is negative energy. So negative energy caused from all this wartime stuff and being publicized all over social media, all over mainstream media. It's giving a real negative vibe out there in the community and that negative energy is causing negative outcomes. So I'm feeling like the whole earth is shaking because of it. So it's like, yeah, energy. I mean, there's good cards in this deck as well. They're not all bad cards, but the top is saying tension escalating in current wars. Could even be like invasions or taken by force. It can, and energy weapons or retaliation. Bankrolling because they can't be self-sufficient. Somebody's needing more money. Down the bottom we've got the tornadoes and the earthquakes, or just saying natural disasters of some sort also taking place. The military plane, I'm not sure where that's fitting. I don't know if it's standing alone there on its own, or if something big's happening around a military plane. Maybe new military planes being released. Actually, I think there is something around Russia has developed a new weapon that can bring down planes. That's interesting. That's very new. And it's showing in the month of May. Maybe we might see some retaliation for that, or maybe we might see something around that. That's kind of interesting. So let's see where that goes. Down the bottom, I feel like these here are a separate thing altogether. And there is, I think we're talking royals here. More information coming out around the royals, because there's knowledge being released here around the royals about being betrayed or backstabbed. So somebody being betrayed or backstabbed. Maybe information that comes out is like a backstabbing kind of information, like somebody comes out and gives information when they shouldn't, or somebody gives information that is negative towards somebody else, and it almost feels like backstabbing going on there, or betrayal, some kind of betrayal. Okay, we could be getting information from the royals, more information coming out about royal situations that involve the betrayal of somebody. I'm feeling we're talking Princess Catherine here in this area, so that might be coming out, but looks like there's more activity happening in the month of May around the royals. I feel particularly Princess Catherine there. We're going to get some more information, but I feel like there's some level of betrayal that's coming out or being released there. Whether it's being secret released and circulating through social media as fact, or it is facts that's coming out that's been leaked into social media. That's how I'm feeling. But it's almost like a betrayal. It's either issues about how somebody's been betrayed, or this information that comes out is a betrayal. So let's see where we go with that. So these are a little bit fun, a little bit exciting, and we'll see if any of these come to play in the month of May. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Trish.